you the use of dictionary. Now, example we're going to pick up how to use the dictionary is, imagine if you have to make a student information system where you can log three things, right? What are those three things? Those three things are here. One, let me get my notes. Right, here go notes. Right. Those three things are: one, student ID, right? Student name, student marks, right? And student grade. If you have to get these four things stored in a dictionary, and then later on you're going to come back and search those from the dictionary, first you have to obviously create the record for the dictionary. Second thing you need to do is read all the entries that you have made in the dictionary, and then read a single dictionary where you give the student ID name and it gives you the marks, right? And everything else like name, ID, marks, and grades. Or you want to update somebody's marks, for example, right? Or you want to delete a record, or you want to like exit from the program. So this is what you need to do. You need to create a program to store a student information system in a dictionary, including their name, ID, marks, and grades. So there are four things you need to do. And then implement the menu which you see on the screen, this menu here, right? This menu. Then implement this menu which basically asks you enter 1 to create record, enter 2 to do this, enter 3 to do this, enter 4 to do this, enter 5 to do this, and enter 6 to exit, right? And then based on the choice of the user, if user enter 1, then you do what, right? You create the record, mean you enter student ID, their name, their marks, and their grades. If user enter 2, you show all the record that you have entered. If user enter 3, you basically ask the user to enter a student ID for which you want to see the record, because it's about reading a single record. And if you want to update, like maybe I've given a student wrong marks, right? Let's say there's a student named Rakan, right? I given him wrong marks. Mistakenly, I gave him 100 marks. And I want to update back to 70. So I will then press 4, and it'll ask me enter the student ID for which you want to update the marks. So I will give, say, ID number as 105. And then it will ask me another question, enter the marks that you want to update. They were old marks and now I want to enter new marks, which one I update. And then maybe I've entered somebody wrongly. I entered a student which is not even here, right? There's a student named Joy. He's not here. So I may have just want to delete his name. And I just will ask enter 5, and it'll ask me ID of Joy, and I'll enter the ID of Joy, and it'll delete the record forever. Or I want to exit from the program forever, and that's 6. So this is the question, right? I hope everybody understand the question. Now moving on to one more thing before we move on to. There are 4 things that you need to do, right? You need to enter the ID, enter the name that you will enter, and then you enter the marks, right? And you say 70. But the grades should be automatically calculated by the program, right? This is one of the requirements. As you see here, make sure you also write a function to automatically calculate the grades when the marks are entered. So let's say somebody entered 95 marks. So automatically it should assign grade value A plus, right? Because 95 is A plus, right? So this way, this program will create a grade automatically, and that has to be a function as well. So let's start this program. I think the first thing first, right? First thing first, and that is I will simply write the while true, right? While true. I will write the while true because the grade is a function I need to define, right? I need to define function I'll call it grade, right? And in that I will pass the marks, right? And it will return me what? Grade. Now that's going to be long function. So I can define it later, this one, but before I do that, I start with while true, so it gives me the menu, right? Remember that everybody has done that at one stage or another, that you have done a menu where you actually all those things, enter 1 to do this, enter 2 to do this, enter 3 to do this. So I've written this already, this part, so I'll copy paste to save the time, right? So I don't have to do the whole thing myself. So I will simply copy paste this part so that I save time. You have to watch a video unnecessarily longer. So what you need to do is you need to do the print command, enter 1 to create a student record, enter 2 to show all record, enter 3 to show a single student record, enter 4 to update, and enter 5 to delete a student record, enter 6 to exit, right? So this one, what it'll do is when I run this, it will give me this menu, right? Ooh, what's the problem here then? Line 1, I did not, okay, let's forget about this one first. Just let's run this one. Ooh, this is a while true forever, right? Okay, I need to also get the input, right? So after this, I go there and I say OPT, get an option from the user, right? And I say input, right, like this. And because it's an integer value, I can just put this one here as well. And I just say enter your choice, right? I'll ask you a choice. Nobody does that, but I do. I do care about people's choices. So here we go, either right or wrong, whatever. So I give you choice to enter. So here you see, this is what I'm looking for. Now, if we look at it, we have made this menu, right? This was the first thing we needed to do in writing a program of information system to store in the dictionary, is the making the menu. I mean, all this. Normally, we call this one CRUD function, right? So what you see here is a CRUD function. Why is called CRUD function, right? Why this thing is called CRUD function? Why? I'll tell you why. C for create, right? Create a record. D for R for read. Yeah, show all the record mean read, right? And then update U, then delete D. So these are CRUD functions that on the dictionary that we're doing, right? Now, if I enter one, what should happen? It should do that, create a record, right? And I should ask you enter the new record, etc., etc. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a dictionary first, right? It's called student. So it's an empty dictionary on top, as you see here. This is an empty dictionary, and in this one, I'm going to just create one by one the student record. So first thing first, I would get the OPT, and if I say if choice that you have made is 1, right? If OPT equal 1, right? That's your choice. That means you have to create a record. So what I have to do is I have to get 4 things, right? I have to get the student ID, student name, student marks, and grade will automatically calculated by the function, which I have to still write, which I'll do in a minute, right? So here, first thing first, I ask the student name. So to keep it simple, I will just keep, I can put it here, N. N is for student name, right? It's not a very good way to do that, but I just want to keep it N capital, student name. And I ask student to input, enter your name, right? Enter your, oh, hey, not here, it's here. Enter your name. Enter student name, not your name. Enter student name, right? Once the student name is entered, right? Then I need to get student ID, right? Or perhaps I should get the ID first, right? ID, because ID is always first, I guess. So I get the student ID first. I say enter student ID, right? Now, then I get student name. Then I'm gonna I'll ask the student marks. So I say marks is equal to M. M is a variable where I get the marks. So I simply say enter student marks. Right? Now, because it's a value which is a integer, so I have to put here eval, because it could be a value which is integer, or it could be a value which is actually float. So either way, eval would work for me, right? The rest I don't have to, because student ID and student names are not numbers; they are strings. So I keep it that way. Now the next one is grade, right? Now grade we're not gonna get from student. We're gonna make a function that's gonna actually calculate the grade. So how do we do that? It's very simple. You define a function on top. Now come here, guys. Look, this is one of the major components that you're going to do as a function. So grade you're not going to enter. How can I do the grade? We're gonna get the marks. Let's say marks are entered like here, for example, right? Like here. If I run this, let's see what happened, right? Okay. If I run this, okay, let's say what I've written so far. Now, if my choice is 1, not a good choice, but okay, I'll live with that. And then it says enter student ID. I say S101. That's the student ID, student 101. Name is Saud, right? And then it asks the marks. I give 95 to Saud. So it shouldn't ask me what is South grade? Grade should be calculated based on 95. So 95 is A plus. So it should automatically create the grade, right? And then ask me to do what I want to do next. So this is the program so far. So here I need grade. So for grade I need to call a function, and I'm gonna write a function on top, because you write the function on top always under this student. So I'm gonna say here def, right? And I'm gonna write a function name which is called grades, right? And then I'm gonna take a, because I have to pass m, isn't it? This m I'm taking here, I have to pass as a parameter to grades, right? So I pass m here, and God, I talk so loudly, isn't it? I need to calm down. I'm sorry. It may be a bit hard on your ears, but okay, I'll calm down. I get excited about programming. So if I'm too loud, just tell me to lower down a bit. Oh, I'll be very happy to do that. Now let's take a grade. So we got m. I mean, you can even call it marks as well, isn't it? Marks, right? Not m. You don't have to say m. You can call it marks, because you pass this and it will come here. And I say if marks is greater than 90, right? If marks is greater than 95, do what? Then return 95 is what? A plus, right? And then I say L if marks is greater than 90, and then equal to as well, because 90 equal to or greater than, right? This is greater than or equal to. So I should do this, greater than or equal to, right? Like this. If it's greater than or equal to 90, right? Like this. Then return what? Return what? Return A, right? Let's test this one. Then we write the rest of the grades, okay? Or maybe we do 3. If marks is greater than or equal to what? 90, 80 what? 85. Yeah, perfect. That would be return, that would be B plus, right? Okay, so or then we don't have to go all the way. We say if less than, marks are less than 60, right? And I'll do the rest of the grades later on, right? If it's less than 60, it's F grade, right? Return F grade, right? Now I have made this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply call this function here in the grade, right? I'm going to say G is equal to, it's going to return the value, isn't it? Grade. And I'm going to actually pass M to it, right? And if you want to know what it gives, I will just print G here and show you, right? I'll print G and I'll show you the G value, right? So let's do this. We'll enter the student ID, student name, and student marks, as you see here. It'll ask us the choices, right? I'll give us this, the choices. We say 1, it'll come here, ask student ID, student name, and marks, and then it'll take the grades, calculate the grades by calling this function, coming here, returning whatever is returned will be saved in G, and we print G, and it'll give us actually the grade. So let's do this then. Okay, let's test this. I think I have. Alrighty, let's see what I did wrong, but I can always see what syntax is wrong there by simply going through. It's a B plus, isn't it? B plus here. So B plus is saying line 8 invalid syntax. Line 8 invalid syntax. So return. You see, I don't know why I have bad spelling. My goodness, I should have gone to private school. That's okay. Time is past. Ship is sailed. I am who I am. I can live with my bad spellings. Okay, return. This was a bad spelling here. Return. Now let's run this again. Here we go. So see here, what is happening here is that you are asked the choices. You should be happy. I mean, nobody asks you a choice in your life, but I do. I ask you to enter your choice. So you say, I want to create a record. Here you go. 1, right? And then it asks straight away your ID. S101. Your name is, this time I want to put my name, Modesta, right? And you want to put your marks. Okay. Maybe I want to give myself not much credit. Maybe I got 55. Yeah, I know this is only I can do to myself. Even watching the video is gonna give you goosebumps if I put your name and you get 55. What would it do? It will calculate the. When I enter 55, what would happen? Right? Let's go back to the code. The moment I enter 55, look at this. Okay, look at this. I entered 55 here. I already entered this. The moment I enter 55, it comes here 55 for the marks. And next is G is equal to grade, and you pass 55 to it. It comes here to this function, and it check is 55 greater than 95. No, not here, not here. It's less than 60, isn't it? So it's gonna return F, and it's gonna put F into G, and when G is printed, it's gonna print F. It's gonna print F here underneath, and don't just take my word for it. All right, never take programmer's word for it. Always ask him to run the code. So I'm going to put here 55, and look at this. What did it print? It print F, right? So it means we got the grade right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to complete this function to print all the other grades as well. And for that, I have written that already. So I'm going to copy these grades here, right? I already written that, all of it. So I'm going to copy this up to all the way, goes up to the F. So here it's easier. Here we go, and I can just paste it here. Now it will return you all the grades, right, all the way to F. So if it is greater than 55, it will give you A plus, and similarly if it is greater than 75, C plus, C, D plus, D, and then F. I mean, instead of writing, I just copy pasted there. So, but you got the point here, right? So now moving forward is where we actually now we got option 1, but still not complete. We don't need to print G. We need to create actually enter G value into what you call the we need to create we have a student, as you see on top. We got an empty student dictionary. That's the top. You see here, I red circled it. I need to create a record there. So the way we create a record is very simple in student dictionary, students, and then you put ID, because what you want to do is you want to have the ID as a index for that dictionary. So ID here, right, and equal to this, and then you're gonna say name, right, which is like this. This is the key for the dictionary, and the value would be what? N, right? Name and value would be N, and then comma, right? Then you do next one would be ID is gone, marks, right? So you can say marks, and then you can put there M, and the third one is grade, right? Grade, and there you can put G, because you already calculated the grade. Now it's time to just add it there, right? And while we're doing that, this would add these values in the dictionary, right? So why not to print it as well, what we got, right? So why not to print it? What is the show all the record, enter 2, right? So if I say Aleph, so we can see it as well. OPT is equal to 2, right? I just print it. It will be very, like, it's going to print the whole dictionary here, just to see what is entered there, right? I'm just doing a shortcut here. I'm just doing print instead of properly using the for loop, which I'll do in a minute, right? Because this is not how dictionary should be printed, but I just want to see right now what is in there. So it's going to dump everything on the screen, what is there in this dictionary by print command. So let's run this and see. See here, what I did here? I just, under this, when I got the grades, I created the, I created the dictionary first entry, right? So let's see what is in there. Okay, here we go. I run this again, and on the line 2 I got some problem on the line 2, which is this line. I need to bring this under here, then it will be okay, right? So because I copy pasted, it's messed up a little bit, but which is okay. Right, what else is there? There are always going to be error, so G, grade G, grade is equal to G here, right? So what it says invalid syntax, grade G. So comma, I missed comma here. You see here, I missed comma. So when you miss a comma, this comma is important, guys. You'll get an error. This comma here, I missed that and it gave me error. Now comma is there, so it will not give me error. Let's move on. Right, another error, which is about line OPT is equal to 2. This is the OPT you see here. Another common error. Yeah, here we supposed to put double equal, not single equal. Got it? Here double equal. So that should be okay. Now if I run it, here we go, look at this. Now it gave me a good one, and I'm going to run it. Okay, I'm going to run it like this. I'm going to say enter to create a student record. Okay, 1. Okay, student ID S101. Who is that? Madesser. Okay, and his marks is 60. No problem, I can live with F. No, 655. Okay, then we're gonna put another record, enter another record. Choice is 2. No, choice is 1. I want to see my record. I will enter 2. It will show all the record. You see here, it showed Madesser here, right, and showed all the record here, which I underlined it, right, this one here. You see here, I'm gonna underline it right here. Damn, I can't even underline, I can't even draw a line, so I'm gonna select it. See here, these are the record printed by choice of 2. Why 2? Because in the 2, as you see here, in the 2, if option is 2, just print the whole thing, right? That's what I did. I dumped the whole thing on the screen and it printed and showed the record. So it go, because it's a loop, it's not going to exit, right? It's going to continue. So I'm going to go back and give another choice. I add another record here, choice 1. All right, and it's gonna say, oh, do you want another record? Yes, I want choice 1. Enter the student ID. This is 1 or 2, and this time name is gonna be Rakan, right? And then I'm going to enter mark for Rakan. I'll give him 60 because obviously I'm 55, so it's 60. D grade, not bad, right? So let's say here choice 2 again, and it's dumped the whole thing. So Madesser here got 55, and S1 or 2, which is Rakan, got 60, right? And I can continue doing this for other students as well. Choice 1, which means create a record. ID is S103. This time we got a Albara, right? Bara is good. I'm gonna call him Bara. Bara is good. Why? Because Bara is just leaving after this. So let's send him with some good news. We give him 95, and he's gonna get A+ grade, isn't he? If I publish it, look at this. See, here's the first loser with F, right? And then we got a winner with D, and then we got a, okay, so far 95 A+, so what, you know, no need to show off Bara. It's okay, anybody can get A+. But anyway, coming back to the thing here again. So this is how we create, but the only problem is, you see here, I'm dumping this thing, right? Look at this thing is dumped here. I want a proper printing. I don't want this. So what I'll do is I'll run for loop. So when I run for loop, I will say for, right? I'll say what? I will say for, let's do for loop here. Instead of printing student, I'll say for I in students. This will run through the whole dictionary, and I can actually print one thing at a time. First, I can say student ID equal to I. You know why I? Because when I run through this, as you see on the screen at the bottom, it's going to run through the whole of this thing. So it's going to pick up, as you see at the bottom here, we have S1, and then we have a name and Madesser's record, all of it, right? And then we have S102, and we've got a name and marks and grade. So this is a detail. This one is the detail, right? But this one is the key. This one is the key. So when we actually say for I in students, I value is the key value, this one here, right? And information we can get, once we get the key, then we get the information. That's why I printed directly I, because it's going to give us S1. And then after next time loop run S1, S102, S101 and S102. This is the value it will give us. But if we want to access his name, we have to get the key, right? We print it like this, the name. We say student name, right? Student name, right? And then we gonna say here, comma, we're gonna say student sub I, right? Sub name. So here student sub I and sub name. How is it gonna get me his name? I'll tell you how. So when you run this for loop, first thing it's gonna do is go to the ID here, like S01, and we will print the ID here. It will say student ID S01. Then we say print student name. So student sub I, which mean this record here, and sub name mean Madesser. Okay, so student sub I, when I is S100 is gonna print Madesser. When I is S102, this statement student sub I sub name will print reckon. Why? Because student sub I sub name is reckon when the value of I is 1 or 2. So this way this runs through the whole dictionary and keep printing, and next thing we need is the marks and the grade, and that's what we're gonna do quickly by copy pasting here the marks and the grade. I can just copy paste here, right? This is easier. So here I'm gonna copy paste marks and grade. So all I have to do is copy paste this one here, and this one, instead of name it will become marks, right? Because I'm gonna print marks here, and then here instead of name I'll put mark. So this mark is basically corresponding to these marks, right, in the dictionary. This name is corresponding to this name here in the dictionary, and then we need to put this one to the grade here. So I want to change this to grade, the last one, and we'll get all it nice and tidy rather than dumping it, right? So here it will be the grade. Now before I run this and show you how nice this would look, I want to show you how bad it looked before, right? So you can see the difference here. So let me show you how bad it looks, because seeing the bad is more important than the seeing the like and how good it looks. So go back there. Here you see here I simply dumped it, didn't I? Look at this. These are like 3 grades, and when I say show enter 2 show me, dumped it. I don't want this. I want the record to be nice. You've never seen a system dumping the value on you, did you? So let's run this and run it again. Okay, so choice 1 is to create the record, right? So student ID S101, right? Not a very intelligent student, you know, the one who got F grade, 55 marks. Ooh, right. And then we got a S102, slightly better than Mudassir, right? Ooh, no, choice. Oh, damn, I made a mistake there. I should put a choice there, 1. So here, 1, and student ID is S101, Mudassir here, and then we got the marks is 55. Then we want to create another one, right? Do you want to see this one first? All right, let's see this one first. 2. Ooh, good. I did not write the whole program. It says line number 43, key error mark. Key is marks, not mark. You see, you always make these mistakes. I did is marks, and here I put mark. So key has to be exactly same as the key here. So I will change this to marks, and I think it will be okay. Then I'll change this to grade. It's a grade is grade. The rest is fine. I think I will not get another error. So I'm gonna run this. And I'm not going to talk to anybody until I finish this. The reason being it's being recorded. It's unnecessarily going to be longer. I can crack some jokes. I think that's fair enough. But no talking. Here you go. Student enter choice 1. Student ID is S101. Right. And it's Mudassir here. And it's going to be marks is 55. And then we're going to see the marks here. Look at this. It showed me Mudassir record here. Look. It showed me what? Mudassir record with F grade, huh? Now I'm gonna write another one. I'm gonna say again create another one. This time student ID is S102. The guy name is Reckon. Better than Mudassir, of course, but 60, right? And then we're gonna see with 2 and see. We'll see this time Mudassir and Reckon, right? Here you go, Mudassir here, and you got Reckon here, right? And then we're gonna add the third guy, another choice, one more guy. Choice 1 and S103, and this is gonna be named Bara, and 95, right? That's way out of my and Reckon's league. 95. Here you go, 95, and then I'm gonna see this record. Look at this. Now it showed me 3 records, right? It showed me Mudassir, it showed me Reckon with D grade, and I didn't have to say that, did I? No, Reckon, just Reckon is okay, not Reckon with D grade. And this one here is A plus, Bara. Bara, we're very happy that I'm repeating the grade. A plus, right? Now, Mudassir, Reckon is better than Mudassir and the Bara. Nah, I don't want to go into that detail. Maybe I'm feeling guilty by giving D grade to Reckon. Maybe he's a good student. I don't know. I mean, we'll find out during the exams. Let's move on. Now we have done how many? We have entered the record by 1, showing all the record by 2. Then if I want to see a particular student I'm interested in, maybe I want to see what is Reckon's grades, right? So I don't want to see Bara's grade, I don't want to see Mudassir's grade, I don't want to see Reckon's grade. So what do I have to do? I have to press 3, and it should ask me enter the student ID. You want to see the grade, right? I do this 1 or 2, and it should show me reckons grade only, not all of them. So here is showing 2 is showing all of them, but 3 should show only one particular student. So let's see what happened there. Not much left, guys. Maybe 10 more minutes and I'll wrap it up. Okay. Here I'm going to do option 3 here, and this option here is going to be Alif and OPT, and this time it's going to be 3 option, and here it should, first thing it should ask me print. It's going to ask me one thing. It's going to not print input. It's going to ask me STD ID, right? Student ID. So it'll ask me input, right? And it will say enter student ID to see grades, right? Like this. And I will enter the student ID, and then directly it will print the ID with the grade. So this time I don't need a loop, right? I just need this. I'll copy paste this top one and I'll change it slightly. How? I'll copy paste it because I don't need a loop to do this, because I have the ID. Loop goes through all the IDs, right? But this one is just, I have the direct ID, so I'll put, instead of I, you remember the I was coming from the loop, this I is coming from the loop. So this I, now I don't need to go to the loop. I have this STD ID. So I will replace this I with STD ID here. Okay, STD ID. I replaced it. And then wherever there is I, I'll put STD ID, and I'm done here. Here is I, right? I'll put STD ID, and it will give me only one record where whatever the ID we put. And this will be spot on. Now this will give us only single ID. While I'm at it, why not to finish it off? Now the last one is update, right? For update, I have to do the same thing, right? Or maybe I should show you. I think I should show you, or maybe I should do the update first. To update, we need to do this. OPT 4, right? I do 4. And what I should ask me the ID again. It should ask me to enter the ID for the student mark that I want to update, right? So I maybe use the same ID, and I say enter the student ID to update the marks, right? To update the marks. We need that because otherwise Reckon's not going to be happy. I need to update Reckon's marks from 60 to, first I want to see what is Reckon's marks by pressing 3. And then I'm going to update Reckon marks by pressing 4, because I will find out, oh, Reckon's got 60. He's such a nice student. His marks should not be 60. His marks should be 99. So that saves me from being beaten up on the street by somebody stranger with a hoodie on, and also gives Reckon some good marks. Here we go. So you see, this one will show you Reckon's marks, because when you enter S103, it will show you his ID, his name, his marks, and his grades. But I want to update his marks, so I will say enter student ID to update the marks. Now obviously I want to update the marks, so I need two things from you, right? I need a student ID for which I want to update the marks, and I also need one more thing, and that is new M, new marks, right? New M mean new marks. So I here enter student new marks to update the record, right? Here you go, record. Okay, so this way we got a ID and marks, and the name still remains same, isn't it? The same guy, same name. And then we have name is still the same, and what else? Grade will automatically be calculated. So we need to call the function again to calculate the grade, right? So very simple. Here I will do is I'll say student, right? I say student, that's my and I'll simply get Reckon by ID I entered. So this way I get student ID, right? And I say equal to, and I need to give all the 3. It will replace that existing record. So I will say, you know, this thing here, yeah, this one, yeah, what I did in the beginning. Here I can just do the same thing here again, right? Why? Because now it's the STD ID, not the STD ID. Okay, and it's the new name, right? New name, and it's not new name, it's the same name, right? The name I'm gonna get from the record. All right, I will show you how. The marks will be new and the grade will be calculated, isn't it? So let's see, there's something wrong here, which is I need to put this one here, isn't it? This one, yeah. No, why I copied something and it messed up. Okay, let me see. So it's got a OPT. Oh, here OPT equal for student ID. Okay, student marks, and then I got a STD ID. I started this, and what else here? I'm going to. Woohoo. Right. Okay, I got this one. I got a. No, I don't need this one here. Do I? Yeah, I don't need this one here. Yeah, that's the extra thingy. Okay, so here the name I can get from let's get the name from the not from the STD itself. I have STD, so I'll get his existing name, right? Because the name is not changing. So I'll say this here like this. Name would be equal to same name that he has it already. Because we have to, because we are replacing the whole thing, so we get the name first before we replace it, right? And then we get his new marks is equal to this, and then we get his, or maybe I should get the name outside, right? New name outside here. I should get the name outside here, so not get error. I say name n is equal to this, and grade I should also get by passing grade, which is new grade, isn't it? New marks. Yeah, grade I'll get by passing the new marks here. See here, I got his name from the ID. I stored it in N, and the G I got, a new grade I got by passing the new marks here. So now it is going to give us a new grade, and all I need to do is I need to just keep it the same way as it was before, and that's basically name is N, marks are new marks, and grade is G, right? This way I don't have to do what I was trying to do. I can call those functions here on top, right? See the name I got. Why I need a name? Because I'm replacing the whole record for reckon SO2, so I need his name, so stored in N, so that I can save it again, and the grade I calculated by calling the way I was doing it. So this is all good. Now we got the new record sorted, and I guess we are good now. We will make Reckon happy by giving him more marks. So and finally, let's do a final one, which is deleting the record, which is very easy. We'll come back to this later, but let's first run this. This is going to give us an error, isn't it? Always give an error. This is because of this n. I'm going to put this comma here, and error will go away. Now talking at this stage, I need to continue and finish this. So let me finish this, and then I'll give you a break later. Here you go. So see here, enter your choice. I'm going to create a record, and I want to do this by saying S101, and I'm going to put my name. I'm going to give mark 55, then I'm going to give 2, and I'm going to say show all the records. All right, this is there. Then I'm going to enter another record, and that is S102, and that's reckon, right? And then I gave him mark 50, 60. You got a D. Now I see show me all the record, right? Oh, it's going to show me all the record. Let's see here. It's showing me all the record here. Now I want to see only reckons marks, right? So I'm going to say 3, and it's going to ask me enter the ID. ID is 1 or 2. Reckons ID is 1 or 2, and it's showing me only. Oh, yeah, it's showing me only reckons marks. See, when I enter ID 1 or 2, it only shows the reckon marks. So it's 60. I feel bad about it. Maybe I'm scared to give so low marks to a student who may, find me outside on the road. So just for health and safety reason, I'm going to update these marks and give him 90 plus. But then I have to live with that, isn't it? It's the conscience going to kill me. But okay, let's keep it fair. Not 99. I'll give reckon maybe 70. All right. So I say choice 4, which is to update the marks. All right. Choice 4, update the marks. Or enter the new marks, 75. Right. I entered the 75 marks. New student ID first. Student ID is S1 or 2. Okay, now I enter the new marks. I say 75, and now I got a problem there. You know what? I got a problem. I got a problem here because of this little. I have to create these marks into integer, isn't it? New marks has to be integer number, right? I have to put I forgot to put int here, so that's why it gave me error, right? I should put int because the marks are int or eval. Eval is better, right? Now it will not give me error. While I'm at it, why not to finish the last one as well? And I'll show you the functionality of 4 and 5. 5 is basically to delete it. We have to do the same thing, get a student ID to delete, and That's it. This is a simpler one. That's why I'm doing this. If I want to delete a record at all, I'll say enter the student ID to delete, right? Because Mudassir I want to delete. He's not a student. To delete, I'll put his ID, and then I will simply say del, and I'll say students, and I'll put here his ID, std ID that I want to delete, and it will delete the whole thing. That's it. And the final one is if you press opt equal 6, it should exit. So I'll put a break here. See, deleting is very easy. You ask student his ID and student sub ID, and you put a del before it, it delete the whole record. And I'll show you now in my demo all these options, 5 and 6 as well. Okay, so let's do this final check, right? All of those options that we have programmed, and I will also share the code with you. The first one is to create one, right? We're gonna check all of them one by one, right? So first one is to create. Create will be checking again and again. Student ID is S101, Mudassir. I gave him 55, and then I basically 2 to show all the record. It's still one record, so create another one, and that would be S102. That is actually name is Rakan. I gave him 55 marks. Then I create another one, 3, one again, and I create this time S103, and that's the name is Bara. I remember him, and I gave him 95. I also remember that. And now I have created this record by choosing option 1, right? So this one is tested, it's working. Now see if those records are entered or not. So I'll do option 2 here. So let's see option 2, and we'll see all the records. Here we go. See, I chose option 2, and we see all 3 records printed here. No problem. Now I want to see only Bara's Rakan's marks, because I thought he doesn't deserve 55. It's a mistake, right? So I put here choice 3, and it will ask me which student you want to see the grade for, and I say S102, and it's going to show me only Rakan's marks. See here, S102, and it only showed me Rakan marks. There's something wrong here. You should not get F grade with 55 marks. So I will update it, and I can update it by putting choice 4, right? And it will ask me who do you want to enter student ID to update the marks. So it's S102, that's the ID of Rakan. And I do this, and I say enter new marks to update the record, and this time I gave Rakan 75, or maybe 95, who cares, 99. Okay, 99. I think he's happy now. And ooh, damn, this was a mistake. Ooh, right, okay. My god, I have to do this whole thing again. That's why we need filing, guys, because I lost my mojo. Not sure I can do this again, but I will try. So what happens here? Same problem, isn't it? Here did option 3 and eval here, and enter new marks. No problem. So we got a grade, we passed it, and we got okay. What about the error? Let's see the error here. You can fix the error. Okay, the error is, it says name grade is not defined. Ah, damn, it's not grade, is it? Let's see what is name grade is not defined. So actually when we defined this, right, we got this, we got the new grade there, and grade, oh, this one here. So this one is not grade, it's grades. I think function name is grades. Oh god, I should have seen this. This is grades. Okay, this is function name wrong here, so I put the function name wrong here. It gave me error. It has to be the same name as the above function name. So I think we're gonna get off the hook with this, isn't it? We're gonna be okay here. So this is grade here, the grade there. Let's run this and call it a day. All right, let's do this last time. I know you're tired, it's long video, it's getting really longer, but this is worth it. Let's do this whole thing again. S101, no joke this time, so we are quicker, right? Here we go, Mudassir, and he's got a 55. That is a joke though. I said no joke, but I'm still joking, but it's okay. Rakan is Rakan ID S102, and Rakan's gonna get 60. I give him 60, and then we got again another record, and this time S103. That's Bara, isn't it? Bara, and marks is 95, but I'm gonna give more marks to Reckon than Bara, because I done all the record, and I'm gonna go and test my choice 2, right? Show all the records. So let's do this. All right, let's test 2. I put 2 here. Okay, I put 2 here, and it's gonna show me all the records. So I have entered 3 choices, and I can see all the record as you see here, right? Now I want to see only Reckoned marks, so I will see only one selected student. So that's option 3, to show the single student record, right? So single student I want to see is Reckoned. I will say option 3. It's going to ask me enter student ID to see grades. I say S102, and it's going to show me, oh, S was capital, isn't it? Sorry, S was capital. All right, never mind. I do one more time. Student name ID is S101. Student name is Mudassar. We're gonna kick Bara out of the game now. Student marks is 55, and it's a game between me and Reckon now. Another choice, and student ID is S102. I put this small s, that's why it gave me error. Student name is Reckon. Marks is 60. I want to see all the marks. I'm gonna enter 2. It's gonna show me all the marks. See here, it showed me all the marks, right? And then I'm gonna put 3 to see one student marks, which is S102, right? That is Reckon. Bingo. Here we go. We got Reckoned marks at 60. Reckon doesn't deserve 60. What it deserves is update in record. So I will, in order to update, I will put 4 to update the record. And this time it's gonna be 4 like this. And it's gonna ask me enter student ID to update the marks. So I'm gonna put S102, which is Reckon. And I'm gonna put his new marks, 99. Very well deserved marks. Here you go. And now if I say choice 2, it's going to show me all the marks. See here? It showed me Mudassar 90, 55, and Reckon here, Reckon 99, and automatically it updated the grade for Reckon. Did you see that? Now Reckon's grade was D, and now automatically up to A plus, because I updated the marks, automatically called the grade function and updated the grade. I mean, this is still 55, and I think he doesn't belong here. He's not a student, he's a teacher. So let's delete his record. How do we do that? We press 4 to delete. Remember, here's the option, press 4 to delete. I've written the code as well. So what it will do is, when I press 4, it will come here. I just want to show you. Yeah, I know this is the last thing I show you. Trust me. I'm gonna do 4 here. Look at this. I'm gonna do option 4. Option 4. No. Option 5 actually. This one. 5. And it's gonna ask the ID, and it's gonna simply delete it. That's it. Right? Code you know, and let's do delete Mudassar, and then we exit. Alright? And that would be our last. Exit is simple break, no worries there. Right? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna continue 5 to delete. It's gonna ask me enter the ID. So it's S101 Mudassar. I'm gonna do this. It deleted it. I wanna press 2 to see if still there. See, gone. Mudassar is completely gone. Here you go. See, not there anymore because I deleted it. Right? And then I wanna exit 6. Here we go. And that was a dictionary by different operation on dictionary. We call them CRUD operation. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. I'm sorry about the stress because I wanted to finish this in time. So I'll see you again. Thank you.